You know, we're not going to get into technical stuff about Bitcoin. Everyone in this room has probably gotten wind that Bitcoin is going up. And if you own some, we're all getting wealthy. And so this talk is really about what do we do with that? I had the distinct privilege of first meeting Alice Johnson, probably 5 years ago. And my wife and I threw a fundraiser at our house for a group called Buried Alive. And another video played that Alice was in, and after another video played, I stood up and talked about how, you know, everyone can play a small role in helping people like Alice get out of prison who don't deserve to be there. And 3 years later, I was at a Stand Together conference, and I was hugging Alice. And through a crazy series of events, she was pardoned by President Trump. Yes. And I think this issue of criminal justice reform is one that is very uniting, and I think this world is so polarized. And I think I met Lynn Ulbrich a few years ago, and her work that she's been doing, and advocating for her son Ross and many others is crucial. And so really for me, when I look at Bitcoin, I love the technology, I love what it does to energy markets. But really, it as a resource to help the most disadvantaged, I think is its largest use case. And I think everybody in this room can play a role. Really after Alice got pardoned by President Trump, she didn't sit around and just, she was of course thankful, but she got to work. And really, she got to work advocating for others that were nonviolent drug offenders who did not deserve to go to prison. This is tearing families apart. And I actually, I was arrested when I was in college, and I got to go to jail for a very short time. But in there, I met people who didn't have the resources or the family structure that I had growing up. And only a few hours inside of a jail was one of the most dehumanizing experiences, but also rewarding because it showed me that the current system is broken. And really, when we think about what attracted us, like what do we want more of? What does everybody in this room want more of? Freedom. We want to reign our own lives. And there are people stuck in jail because they tried to be entrepreneurs. They didn't know better. Their mental model was someone around them showed them how to sell drugs. There is a huge talent pool of entrepreneurs locked up, and families have been torn apart. So when I look at the Bitcoin community, we are at an inflection point. We are going to continue to get wealthy. NGU technology is real, and it is only going to go up. But the question is not how high does the coin go? It's what do we do with those resources? So Ross Ulbricht remains incarcerated. Millions more remain incarcerated. This is a travesty. And so we need more people taking action. Alice Johnson is taking action for good. Get on your feet and let's give it up for Alice.
Thank you. What a few days this has been here already. Thank you so much, Gideon, for that introduction to this wonderful big crowd community. And this is a community. And I'd also like to thank Unchained Capital for working so closely with me, helping me set up a Bitcoin wallet and then a Bitcoin vault. I've gotten bitten by the bug. I guess now I'm a Bitcoiner too. So thank you. Thank you very much. Over the last year and a half, I have literally worked long days, long nights, fighting, advocating for men and women who deserve a second chance. Ross was one of those people. I'm proud to say that I supported not only his petition in words or letters or tweeting out. I supported him indeed. I went to the White House. I flew on Air Force One and made him one of the topics of my conversations, asking for his release. But unfortunately, Ross is still incarcerated. I was able to, over these last, literally, I call them months, but it's really been since I came home that I've been running and advocating for others. I was successful in advocating for compassionate releases, pardons, and clemencies for 46 people. Those are 46 lives that have been changed. Each one of those lives are critically important. I have not stopped. I've used the gift. I'm going to say that it is a gift that God has given me to have a platform that I could do this on. You see, I understand the struggles. I understand the things that have gone on with people. I understand the families because my family was impacted. When one person goes to prison, their entire family goes with them. Their communities go with them. Their children are impacted. Generations are impacted. I cannot stop the work that I'm doing. You see, on October the 31st, 1996, I was one of those people too who was fighting for their freedom. And I say this, but for the grace of God, there go I. I was convicted of a first-time nonviolent offense, and I was sentenced to life plus 25 years without the possibility of parole, because there is no parole in the federal system. So